This week on To the Contrary, up first, new fodder in the daycare wars. Is daycare good or bad for kids? Then, terminal disease may be a term of the past as Americans see more high-powered political figures battling cancer. Behind the headlines, Working Mother Magazine's best small companies and what they offer working moms.
That, you know, the vast majority of women or of couples or families or parents that are dealing with these issues would prefer that their kids not have to go to daycare at all. The bottom line is that daycare does exist, but we shouldn't look at it as a government-run daycare center as a panacea, because most parents are looking for alternative arrangements. They really don't want their kids to be in government-run centers. So here's something that's interesting that you sort of touched on, and what I haven't seen a lot of people discussing is really the 1% increase is, as far as I'm concerned, it's really minimal, but teachers don't like it. Teachers don't want any extra work to do. If there's a role for government, particularly in our public education K through 12 system, is to make teachers realize that our culture has changed. We live in a society where parents have to put their kids in daycare. There are behavioral problems associated with it, and you don't get to just say, I'm a teacher and I want picture-perfect kids that come into my class in kindergarten. You have to work with them. But that's interesting. We, at the Independent Women's Forum, we did an event with Newt Gingrich recently, and somebody sent us an email and said, how can you support a man who cheated on his wife? And the response was, we're not here to discuss his personal life. We're here to discuss what his ideas are about transforming the nation. That's none of our business. He's admitted it. Let he, his wives, and his God deal with that issue.
She's the expert, but is this true of all small companies? I mean, they are shorter staffed than big companies. Can most of them spare the time to make do these kinds of things?
I don't know if it's true of all small companies, but I would say that, at least in my experience, it's probably true of a lot of them. I mean, at our organization, we live with this every single day. We are a sort of, I always say, the lean, mean fighting machine. We've got a full-time staff of only about 12 people.